LDW MMAC. That's the Lions Den Women's Mixed Martial Art Community. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach's Show, live. And guess what, man? We got a very, very special guest. World Muay Thai champion, Miss Eva Schultz is in the building. Eva, how are you doing this fine,
I'm
what's today, Friday? Yeah.
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good over here. We're trying to stay corona free around here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Same
Yeah.
here. Same here. Stay
Now,
indoor all day long.
yeah. So now, how's the situation over in you're Danish, right?
Yeah, I'm Danish. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, the situation is that for about this month also, the whole country has a lockdown, so no shops are open. The small school classes they will start up here on 8th of February, but all shops, everything is closed down. So it's kind of like a ghost town. So it's been for a while now.
Okay. A ghost
Yes.
town. Well, Eva,
Yeah.
but you're not a ghost though. You're not a
No, I'm
ghost.
not. I'm pretty much alive actually.
That's right. And you are
Yes.
tearing it up. You have pursued your Muay Thai your dreams. Your dream of being the
Yes.
best. You know, Eva,
Yes.
I was looking at your website and I'm like, wow, the one thing that stuck out to me about you is that your commitment to the sport and your commitment to giving inspiration to people.
Yes.
Who inspired
Yes.
you?
Yeah, who inspired me? I think mainly it was when I came to Thailand for the first time, meeting the Thai people. I was very amazed about how they do the sport because it's just not a sport for them. It's kind of, it comes from deep inside of them, and you can see the passion and the love they had for the sport. And I was really fascinated about it, and I felt a great connection with it. And yes, so I think the biggest inspiration came from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Man, from Thailand. So you went to Thailand, you experienced the whole ordeal. I mean, you went. Now, who did you train with? Who was your primary training partner while you were in Thailand experiencing that?
In Thailand.
Okay. Yeah, in
Yeah,
Thailand.
yeah. Yeah, I've been training different places, and one of the places that I really liked was a small gym in Bangkok. It was kind of you went into a place that looked like abandoned, and it was really like trash everywhere. And down at the end of the road, you could see like a small roof, and there were chickens and dogs and everything, and they said, That's down there. Yeah, that's by your gym. You go down there." And I was like, "What?" It
Yeah.
was garbage all over, but it was an amazing place. And we trained in between the chickens and the dogs, and they. But anyway,
That's pretty good chicken impersonation. I like that, Eva. I like it. Okay.
yeah,
So also too, you already have fans now, instant fans, and if you see me looking down, see this is our interview right here, and
okay.
I do this because the fighters can get more out of it, and then the fans when they come in, they're instant fans, so they don't have to wait for the interview is like right here, right now. Okay,
Yeah,
one of my sponsors who sponsors my channel, guy named Focus Ball. Now
yes.
he designed these focus balls, and what you do is they work on your hand and timing. He said while you're inside, he said he'll be more than happy to give you a pair of his training focus balls. Like he sent them to you.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, and
Yeah, I'm very
lots of
happy about
fighters
it.
use them. I have some that I use in my
Yeah,
gym. Yeah,
yes,
and normal everyday people can use them, but it's more or less for the martial arts. So,
yes,
and he's
that's so perfect.
okay.
You know, I'm very happy and pleased when, people they do stuff like this, because anything that can make my training go better and better, it just makes me so happy. Thank you so much.
Okay, she said thank you. She's happy. Look, you made her smile. This is great. This interview's already starting off good. Okay, uh, okay. So look, you already got instant fans. George Page, all the rage. George Page. He goes, hey,
Wow.
do you have a
Yeah.
GoFundMe or a crowdfund Oh, he's trying to already give you money.
All right, though. Oh,
Uh
that's
oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really amazing. So everything is welcome because it's not like a cheap sport.
Mm-mm.
You spend a lot of money. Also, now I have to prepare for a WBC World Champion title fight.
In the summer.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna fight in Turkey. We think it's gonna be settled around September month because we have this issue with traveling, in and out of the countries because of the corona. So we don't yet know what date it's going to be, but there's going to be a lot of preparation, and I really would love to go to Thailand and prepare for this fight because it's a very important fight for me, also for my future, together with the Irish in Las Vegas, which is my management, and my Team Barrow from Germany, and it's very important for us to get a good result. So I would love to go Thailand and make my preparations.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, maybe. See, and what we do on this channel. We sponsor fighters. We buy, like, I know fighters are always looking to have people put logos on them, put them on their banners. Well, we actually do
Yes.
that here on this particular
Yeah.
channel. So yeah, I mean, I know we'd be more than happy to do it because it's just you fighting, and you end up putting it all on the line. So hey, I'll
Yeah.
definitely glad to do something to help you, do what you have to do because it's a tough sport, young lady, tough sport, tough
It's a
sport.
tough sport, and for now, where everything is in the lockdown, we don't have any gyms. And as you can see, I just in my living room, I put up a bag, so I have all my stuff here at home for training, and I go to parking basements and stuff, freezing my hands and feet off when skipping because it's so cold. But still, I make my daily training work. I do all my routines, and I keep having my motivation high because it's when you're in love with something, then you just have to do it all the time.
When
So
you in
so
love with
I keep
something,
everything going.
hey, you do anything to keep that love strong. Anything.
Yes,
Okay.
anything, do anything for it. Anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
George Page says just drop. Okay. He said drop your info to me, and he goes, "Yeah, we'll be glad." Yeah, we do that. We do that here. We support him. So yeah, we'll do that after the interview. No worries. Um,
Thank you.
he
Thank
wants
you.
he wants to see you do some competitions in the U.S. once the restrictions are lifted. Now, what how much of a possibility could that be?
The possibilities will be that my manager, Jason Castell from Irons in Las Vegas, he is trying to find fights, but like you say, it's a difficult period of time because of the virus, and there's no predictions for now. And the trouble would be to get if I can travel or not travel, when I can travel. So there are some kind of challenges they have to settle before everything can work. So, like you said to me, loosen up little by little, and eventually you're going to come over here fighting, and that would be a big, big, big dream for me. So, I am ready for anything that comes up, and just to go for the adventure together with my team and all the people around me who really support me. I am very happy about this.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Okay, Eva, I want to ask you about one of your fights, and it's not like me. I'm like a research guru. I study fights day in and day out, and I'm sitting here
Yes.
and I'm like, okay, I want to see a fight, and I actually saw you in a fight with Ruth Ashton, and I'm
Yes.
like, okay, so this is what she can do. Okay, this is good. Um, what did you
Thank you.
what did you take out of that fight? Because it was a long and it was a brutal fight. So what did you take away from that?
I took away from that that I could actually have won that fight if I had the proper preparation. But at that time, I was in between gyms, so I did all my preparation only on back, and I trained myself for this fight. So
Really?
I just, had ice in my stomach, and I went over there alone because I wanted to have that fight. And I felt it was an okay fight. She was very strong in the clinching. I had not been doing any sparring for 1.5 years because I didn't have a gym. So I was actually pretty satisfied with it, but I also know that if I had the proper training, I would have won the fight over her.
Wow. Yeah, I saw some good points though. I saw a lot of stuff you were doing. I saw you checking. I know in the beginning of the fight, she was throwing some kicks, and then I actually saw you start checking a few of those kicks. And you caught one kick. She was trying to kick you in the body, and you caught that kick. And I thought you did a pretty decent job of countering. So I mean, okay. And if you did all that by yourself, I'm really itching to see you get back in there when you've had the proper preparation. Because I was like, wow, yeah, Eva got some hands. Eva got some hands, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But a lot of stuff have changed since then because I've been in Thailand and well, I'm married to a Thai. My husband is Thai, and he prepared me for fighting, and he has taught me some very unique things about fighting and how the Thai people understand the fighting. And I'm like really old school Muay Thai fighter. I'm not kind of the in between K1 and Muay Thai. Like they go really really fast. I am old school, um, and everything has changed. So I'm very excited to preparing for next fight coming up. Last two fights I did pretty good in Thailand. KO with elbow, spinning elbow. So everything has changed a lot. So I'm very excited to take it a step further and going for fights and going for the championship belts from BBC. I think it's a huge opportunity for me, and I am very thankful for getting it from the team.
Mm. So
Yeah.
has Scott Kent from Lion Fight reached out to you yet?
Who? Sorry.
Scott Kent from Lion Fight. Has he reached out to you yet?
No, he has not. I was fighting the one with that ass down. But since then, I've not been fighting for the line fight. I hope I'm going to get a chance to be on the show again because it was actually a pretty great show, very professional, and everything was like smooth and nice and sweet people, and I really, really enjoyed that. So I hope I will get opportunity to fight in this show again.
Yeah, they got another show coming up in February the 12th, and then they got another show coming in April. And I'm like,
Yes,
man. And I was looking at all the line. I'm like, okay, Eva, is she do lion? Is lion fight? Because I was like, wow, because you're pretty good in a lion fight. They're starting to make some headways now. They're bringing a
yes,
lot of attention to Muay Thai, and
yes, yes,
they're working very hard to be the top Muay Thai organization in the world. So
yes.
I did an unofficial promo for them at one time, and they used it. I couldn't believe it. It was when Jarena Jojo Barnes fought Angela Whitley,
It's
and
amazing.
I just made
Yeah.
a promo, and Scott Kent said, I'm gonna use it. Yeah, I like this.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
So
That was great.
I was blown away.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
okay, you've had exactly 9 professional fights.
Yeah.
Okay. During those nine
Yeah.
professional fights, who was your toughest
Mm.
opponents? Who was your toughest opponent? Like the opponent that you just like, ah,
I think actually it might have been Ruth Ashdown, and I think it was because she was, when you kind of open up for the dance, then she really got back at you, boom, 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 boom. She was moving forward, um, and the challenge was, of course, that I really crossed some limits by doing this all by myself. So I think that would have been the toughest experience. But when I go fighting, I don't pay so much attention and do a lot of examination about my opponents because I read the game when I come in the ring. We have the same tools, the same skills to use, and then it's all about how smart you fight.
how smart you fight. See,
Yeah.
guys, y'all are getting. Look, y'all should pay for this bit of information that she just gave y'all. Cause I'm finna pick her brain. I'm finna pick your brain about actual Muay Thai. And no, and it's not a quiz. I promise. I wasn't giving you a quiz, but I promise. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
I'm not. No quiz here. Okay,
No quiz.
so in Muay Thai, my background is boxing and wrestling. So
Yes.
Muay Thai is kind of like, okay, it's this sport. Why I've heard a
Mhm.
lot of people who coach Muay Thai that train, they say moving your head is a bad thing. Why?
Well, you're not going to be like flexible, like, boxing, they go down, down, down,
Yeah.
move, move. We don't do that because in Muay Thai, you also have to show that you're strong. So if you get punched or you get kicked or anything, you have to stand strong. But if you show that you go out of balance and everything, then it doesn't make a good impression and the points will go for your opponent anyway. So you have to show you're strong in your defense and in your offense. And if you move your head too much, you might be exposed to knee to the face. So that's why you don't roll under too much. Maybe you bend your knees, but you don't roll because some people, they can really get high with the knees to the head and you don't want to put yourself in this situation.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow.
It's a
Okay.
give and take sport. It's a give and take sport. It's not. One person I really like to see fighting is Burkau. Very nice because you see he's very strong. He stands still. It's not like they run back and forth in the ring. He stands in front of his opponent, and when he takes some, he gives some. Ratang do the same.
Hmm.
When he gets some, he gives some. And all the time, he just follow around. It's not like he moved too much away because then you cannot do your counter attack.
So primarily in Muay Thai, the defense is like you have to block. Like you actually got to block. Is,
Yes.
is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. How do you know when to check a kick? Because that seems like that's the most confusing thing. I've had somebody kick my legs, and I'm sitting here like, I don't.
Hmm.
It's too fast. I can't see it. I don't know it's coming. What do you do
Yeah.
to anticipate a leg kick?
But that's all about experience. It's all about experience because your eyes is also like a muscle, combined to the brain, reading everything that's going on in the ring. And in the first few rounds, in the first round, you check out your opponent to see how does she work. And when you kind of figured out how she worked, then you will usually know when she's going to do a kick. So it's all about, you have to be in the ring, you have to be relaxed, because when you're relaxed, then you have an open mind, then you see everything that is going on. So you're supposed to go in there, be relaxed and happy. All this aggression stuff is you cannot use it. You cannot use it. Just be a strong fighter, read the game, use your IQ, and then you're gonna do good.
Your passion for Muay Thai making me fall in love with Muay Thai.
Yeah, but I'm so in love with it.
I can see. Honestly, I feel it. I feel what
Yeah.
you're telling me, and I believe every bit of that. And you got people asking questions. So Marcus Bell, brand new fan. See, brand new fans right now. He said, "So Muay Thai, so you definitely." So he's asking, do you use more? You block and you use a lot of lateral movement. Is that what you're saying? I think he's asking you the question.
Can you ask me that again?
So in Muay Thai, you block and you use lateral movement. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. See, that was an
See,
easy
I,
answer.
I block and then I make counter.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's the purpose of the trip? I see so many Muay Thai fighters. They take somebody, they get in the clinch, and then they trip them.
Yeah, well, the clinching is a very special thing. I love clinching a lot because it's a lot about strategy. It's not Clinching is not about power. It's not about having power. It's about having the skills and the technique. And then it's about waiting. You're waiting for the right moment.
Hmm.
And when the right moment comes and your opponent is confident, you sweep it down.
Wow.
So
Now,
everything is about you wait, you wait, then you do your thing.
now, do you get points for leg trips? Like did the judges score that too as well? Or
Yeah, when you sweep down, you show domination, and it gives you you go ahead of the opponent.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what, Eva, you are really getting some questions here. I mean, you're getting some that they're drawn, and I like this because you're in your
Yeah.
element and you're teaching. I don't know. Hopefully one day you'll be a trainer of this because you're teaching us right now. Okay, like
Yeah, but I am teaching. I am teaching.
oh wow,
That's my second passion in this. I have a gym here in Denmark, and
yeah.
then when I'm in Thailand, I'm teaching in Thailand also. I also teach Thai people, and they are pretty amazed because they say, "Palang, don't teach Thai people." But you're not Palang, you Thai. So you teach us.
All right. Now
Very honored about this.
I got one of my good friends in here, LB, the Political Sports Channel.
Yeah.
He said, okay, well, now he likes jujitsu personally, okay? Okay, but hold on. Uh-oh. You see her face. You see how she did that face. But I guess he just came in and the basic concept of Muay Thai. Like the basic concept of Muay Thai. Like,
Yeah.
and I'll take it a step further, okay? In your
Yes.
experience, the concept of Muay Thai, what's the difference between kickboxing, Muay Thai? Because I see so many people looping the two together, but they're not the same.
They're not the same. I think there's a very big difference between these two disciplines. Many people would say to me, "Oh, well, you fight K1 also." I say, "No, I fight traditional old school Muay Thai." And there's a big difference because when you take kickboxing, they are really combining like the boxing with kicks, and they box a lot. But if you take Muay Thai, the boxing only give for a punch you get 1 point. Yeah, but for a kick you get more point, knee you get more point, elbow and sweep you get more point, clinching also. So boxing, the punches is not the main thing when you go for Muay Thai. But in kickboxing, they go really, really, really fast forward, and they are a lot of rounds in the ring. And the kicks are different. Everything we do in Muay Thai, we put tremendously power in. So when we do a kick, we do it really from the hip, and we go all about on our toes, and we do it from the hip, and we pull it all around. So
Mm.
there is a difference in how we do stuff, and we weight more in Muay Thai, and it's more like a game of chess. I would not say that about kickboxing. It's not offending to anyone who is doing kickboxing and K1, but I think there are big difference in these two disciplines. So
Yeah. See,
yeah.
she broke it down. The disciplines, man. Look, now we got to get her to put this in a book. I think y'all need to pay for some of this stuff, okay? Uh, this. I mean, you're not getting this anywhere else, okay? This is from a pure Muay Thai practitioner. This is her life. Speaking of that, speaking of your passion, who was the
Yes.
first person to say, "Hey, Eva, I want you, I want you to fight. I want you to do this Muay Thai." Like, who was that first initial person that crossed your path?
Actually, I started in a fitness center with some fitness kickboxing, and the coach who was teaching there, he was a kickboxer, and he came to me after class and he said to me, "You got to fight, girl." And I was like, "What?" But I felt the passion from the first day, but I just knew it was not supposed to be kickboxing. It was supposed to be something different. So I went to the local Muay Thai gym and I said to them, "I want to fight." And they were like, "Oh yeah, who do you think you are?" And I'm like, "Just me. I want to fight." And yeah, then I just started coming, and I came every day, and they kicked the shit, sorry, out of me
Go right
every
ahead. This
day.
is unfiltered, Eva. It's unfiltered. Go ahead. Let's go.
No, no filter. Yeah. So
No
they
filter.
really kicked my ass every single day. And I was black, I was blue. And when I came to the gym, I was the only girl. And I was like shivering because I knew, oh, fuck, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get the shit beat out of me. I do it every day. What's wrong with me? But I was just so in love with it, and I just wanted to know how to do the stuff. I wanted to know how to manage the skills.
Hmm.
I was
Okay.
so amazed about it. So yeah, I kept on going.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Damn, boy. She unloaded a clip, man. Okay. Yeah. So now your team. Okay. Your team. Who is your team comprised of? Like, who is your core team that this is every training camp? These people are with you.
I just made an agreement with a German team called Team Barrow, and they are the people who is going to be all around me during the preparations. They take care of me, and together with my manager in Jason Castell in Las Vegas. So I think I have a pretty good crew around me, who are just willing to do anything for making me succeed. And like I say to them, it's not only about me, it's about us as a team. Because I couldn't do it if I didn't have them the same way, you know. I could still go fighting in Thailand and stuff, but now I have opportunities because I have a team, I have a manager, I have people who believe in me and who are willing to open doors for me, who see that, okay, you can do something with this. We want to help you. So I think it's very important for me that if I want to take it where I really want to take it, then my team is so important for me. So I really appreciate having this team in Germany.
Wow. Okay. So you got people all over, man. They just believe in your skills, so they want you.
Yeah, and I'm still like, when I wake up, sometimes I have to do like this and say, "Is this for real? Is this for real?" And then, oh yes, it's for real. It's wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's amazing.
Okay, so now tell me the role. Okay, I'm going to talk about two different or factions or two people, different people that work with you. The role of Iron Shin Promotions first. What have they? How have they contributed to your success?
Absolutely, they have contributed to it. Well, I signed them just recently, and already now they are opening a lot of doors. I feel like Jason, he's working 24/7. The other one, Gary Brown, working 24/7 because they want to give me the best options for training. They try to promote on social media. They support everything, you know, and they contact people. It's not easy if you're alone in the sport because you don't have the keys to all the doors, you know, so you really have to do hard work. If you're going to be your own manager, your own coach, your own sponsor, your own everything, you know.
Mm.
So they contribute with a lot for me, and he's trying to promote me, to get my name a little bit more known, so people, they say, okay, we want to see you go fight here and also in the States and wherever I can come fighting, and it would be a big honor for me to represent Iron Shin.
Wow,
Yeah.
Mr. Gary Brown. That's a man after my own heart. Gary Brown's
Yeah.
like he's like a brother to me. I really enjoy the passion that he's putting into you guys. He's working with a lot of people, and
Yes.
he's
First I was surprised, but actually in a good way. I know Gary for some years now, and he's been following me, and we've been talking now and then. And then he asked me if he wanted to help me, and I was like, wow, okay. And usually it's like you have to think, okay, what's in it for me? People think like that, but Gary, he does it because he loved doing what he do. And I was like, wow, is there really people like you?
hmm,
So he does it because he wants to help. He wants to see people succeed because he follow. He see you put hard work, you put dedication, you overcome any obstacle, and you still keep on going. And then, you know, he really want to make things easier for you. And I am really, really happy for his work for me.
and this interview is courtesy of Mr. Gary Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually I'm enjoying this. This is good. Um, Now, we know you're busy, but these a couple questions. You got,
Yeah.
man, George Page is like, he's probably your number one fan now. He goes,
Wow, thank you.
yeah, oh yeah, trust me, you are. Before the pandemic, he said, were you teaching Muay Thai?
Yes, I was teaching Muay Thai in Denmark. I started a gym.
Hmm.
I started a gym up, and it went pretty fast with getting a lot of students. And some of them came from other disciplines from kickboxing, from boxing, and they were like, wow, this is totally different. And I'm like, yes, all the movements are totally different. So they were quite amazed, also because I keep very tight that this is Muay Thai. We don't jump around. We don't do funny stuff. When you come to Muay Thai, this is Muay Thai. So everything is from the bottom, and I have a great passion for teaching my students.
Wow. Now you're not like a John Kreese and Cobra Kai. Now, I mean that's not you, right? You know, no mercy, strike, strike first. That's you.
Like strikes first. I think,
Oh wait a minute.
like I said to you before, it's about the IQ. Let's see, because sometimes striking first is not the best.
Wait a minute.
Sometimes you.
I got. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I may have assumed that you know what I'm talking about. Like, you remember the Karate Kid? You remember
Oh yes, yes,
Cobra? You know the Cobras.
yes.
You know, mercy is for the weak. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Now I
Okay.
remember that one.
All right.
Yes, first
All
for the
right.
week.
And then I was
Yeah.
asking. I said, "Hey, now is that you? Are you that kind of trainer? Like, do
Well,
push-ups on
yes,
your?"
to my students, I am. It's kind of a hate and love relationship they have. They keep coming to training and they hate me because it's like I'm not being nice to them.
Hey,
They stick on me.
we got the female John Kreese, boy. I love it. I love it. Okay. Marcus Bell, he has a question. He goes, okay, based on your opinion, what is the best way to condition shins? Oh my goodness. Yes.
Oh, yes, to condition shins. I think the main thing is not like kicking iron or uh, throwing bottles on your shins, or you just have to kick back and kick back and do sparring. And the rest is all in your mind. If you nurture fear in your mind, then it's going to hurt. If you don't care, nothing will hurt. And as long as you kick pad every day, you do your job on the bag every day, you do sparring, that's all you have to do. You don't have to do all this fancy stuff you see on YouTube. No.
Yeah. What about those guys that's chopping down trees?
Yeah, it's banana trees, but banana trees, they are soft. I
Okay.
can kick a banana tree also, so it's going to.
Really?
Yes, I can.
Now see, Eva, you know, now you know, I see, I'm one of those people. Like, can I see? I want to see. Boy, I set it up. Okay, I would set it up, and I would do something like, hey, you know what? If Eva can cut this banana tree down in X amount of seconds for every second, I guess if she can do it in a certain amount of time, you guys need to cash app her this amount. Like seriously, I'm always thinking like that. Like when it comes to fighters, I would say, man, one day tree chop down challenge. Okay.
We take it, we make it a challenge. So when I go to Thailand, I have a challenge with you
Okay.
about
Tree.
this.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I have a couple more questions, and then I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I definitely want to keep you all day. Okay. All right. So you fought. Okay. You fought in a battle against Frida Lindbergh. Your account of that fight. Okay. Your account of that fight, and that fight is actually one of your recent fights that I can see. Um, and
Mm,
I'm sure you've had more after that. I'm sure you've had more fights after that. Um,
yes.
what in that particular fight? What did you take away? Because every fight is different, and you take something different away per
Yes.
fight.
Um, I took that with this fight that I should have been more prepared.
Mm,
I took that because um, I had been putting a lot of time into teaching, and I wasn't really up to that fight when it came to the point. So yeah,
mm.
that's what I'm taking with me. It's not a fight that I'm proud of. I delivered the spinning elbow, and if we didn't have the pads on, I would have knocked her out with it. But
Yeah,
yeah, but anyway, that was just like,
that's what I was going to ask you about that elbow. I see when I ask a person about a fight,
yeah.
I always like I can see the obvious, but then I always try to take the pieces out of the fight that makes the
Mm.
person a good fighter. And
Yeah.
to me, every fight, I don't care how bad you think the fight is,
Mm.
something good happened in that fight.
Yeah.
And it's like you beat me. I was gonna ask you about the elbow. Like, how in the world? Like, what did you do to even think that to set up for the elbow? Because it just you just did it, and I'm like, well, damn, what? Yeah, and it was.
Yeah, but it's because she had this one coming forward and she took a hand down every time she wanted to punch.
Hmm.
And I was like, now you stop coming forward. So I just spin it around
And it landed, and it
like
landed.
huh?
Dang. Yeah, and
Yeah, it landed, it landed. It was actually okay. And she got so surprised. She was afterwards I looked at her, she was like, what happened?
yeah. And at first, I thought you hit it. I'm like, okay, okay, she staggered. Yeah, yeah. But then I guess you being the smart fighter, you knew you still had more work to do. You know.
Yes,
Oh yeah. I thought it was about to be. I thought it was close to being over. I thought you were about to like close it. I almost thought you were. Cause that's what I was thinking in the back of my mind. But then, yeah, I guess being in the being inside of a ring is just 10 times different than watching it from a view. So
yes, yes, it's very different. It's very different. But well, in the start, I was when I was starting, I was like nervous and all tense and trying to figure out what if she do this, I have to do this. If she do that, I have to do that. But now it's a totally different game because when I finish my preparations, I know I'm fully prepared. And when I go into the ring, I am all happy and really looking forward to what we are going to do in the ring. So it's not like I go in there being anxious or afraid or trying to figure anything out. I just go in there and I'm all relaxed, and that's gonna give you the best fight. You have to be relaxed because then you don't make any failure. And if you're happy when you're fighting and you're smiling, then you're going to make a better fight.
wow, Eva, I'm gonna try to make an Eva Schultz character on UFC 4. I am. I'm gonna try to make an Eva Schultz character in the game. The MMA game. Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can make an Eva Schultz character. I am gonna try to do that. I watch, and I'm gonna see. I'm
Yeah,
gonna see if it works. You
I'm
know,
happy about this.
No, see, I
I
don't
think
know. I don't know what your ground game would be like, but hey, we're gonna make your kicks. We're gonna make your punches. Man, I just thought about that. Man, an Eva Schultz character. I watch. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that me playing you.
that. I would love to see it. I would be thrilled about
Okay.
it.
All right. And my final questions that I'm gonna ask you. Okay, you mentioned earlier about this World Muay Thai title fight, and Eva, I'm gonna
Yes.
be completely honest. Okay, when I first saw a WBC belt, I'm like, damn, she's boxing? Because I come from a boxing background. Like, damn, she's taking a boxing match. So now I'm sitting here looking at the WBC website. I'm going through all these places, and then I read a little bit more. Oh, Muay Thai,
Yes.
WBC Muay Thai. Like, I didn't know they were in the business of doing Muay Thai. I didn't know that.
No. Mm-mm. They have expanded a lot. Before it was only like boxing, and
Hmm.
and it was very big prestige, to have a BBC belt. It still is, and but now they have expanded, so it's also for Muay Thai, and it's more also different ages. They also make it for the youth. I think they just make it for a European title with the under 18. So they are expanding more, and I think it's very good because it's so motivating for more um, young people to come in the game and do the fighting. So I think it's really really good to see.
Wow. You got a lot of experience, Eva. Almost 30 amateur fights. Like, for real. That's a lot of amateur fights in Muay Thai. That's a lot. Okay, because
Yes.
in MMA they do far less. Kickboxing, the amateur circuit isn't that long. You got
Mm.
29 amateur fights in there. E-
Yeah, in total I have 50 fights. I have 12 of them is professional fights.
50 fights.
Yes.
Wow.
At least I want to go for 50 more. At least.
Okay, 50 more. 50 more.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
I aim for the 100 fights. So hopefully some fights will become 10.
Okay. Well, do you have an Yeah, she said she ready for the fight. She ready for smoke. In America, we call that smoke. Okay, she wants
I
smoke.
am ready for smoking Mary again. I am
Uh,
ready to go and go and meet some awesome people. So,
so, in your world of Muay Thai,
yeah,
if there was an opponent that you could just call out like now, like somebody you really true you want to fight this person, who would that be?
that would be rematch with Ruth Aston.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna end this whole interview off, but we're gonna end it in style. Okay, we're gonna end it, and it's your personality. I can already see it. I picked you up. First, you gotta pretend like I'm Ashdown. Okay, and you gotta call her out. And I'm talking about this gotta be the best call out under God's hot sun.
Oh my God. You want me to do that?
This
I'm a
is
nice person.
oh yeah, you are a phenomenal person. Okay,
Um,
I mean, have you ever called anybody out?
no, I have never called anybody out.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. If it's not something hey,
But all I want to say is that for sure, I just want to have a rematch with Ruth Aston because I know I can beat her. So that's the main focus in this. Yeah.
okay, Ashton. Look, this is a call out. This is a call out. Okay, now
Yes.
you got to do it. I cut it up in segments. This is a call out. Okay, you looking at this screen. Look at the screen. Okay.
This is the call out. I had a great time with her, and she's an amazing person, and I really, really like her. But I would definitely love to meet her in the ring again.
That's it. Okay. Meet her in the ring again. After y'all meet in the ring, y'all can be friends afterwards. Not right now though, cause she want to beat
Yes.
you. Okay. Okay. One last and final favor from you. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. I call this a channel drop. Now listen, you gotta do it. This not a quiz. I swear. But it's a channel drop. Like you gotta say something like, "Hey, my name is Eva Schultz, and you're watching Coach Sheldon Harrison." Now listen, Eva. This gotta be with the most passion that you can get. Like I'm talking about, it's gotta be so passionate that I just want to follow myself.
You really want me to do that? Well, I get. It's very easy for me to get shy, Chelsea.
Really?
Really easy.
You shy?
I'm a shy person.
Okay. Okay. Give me the shy version then. Give me the shy version. Okay.
This is Eva Schultz. You're listening to the Shelton Hamilton Show.
I like that. I like
Thank
that.
you.
I should have asked you to say it in your native language, but that's okay. It's okay. I like that. Eva, that sounded wonderful. See, that was nice.
Oh, you are so sweet to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you. Anybody you want to thank before I hit the stop button?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, I want to thank Gary Brown, my man, because he set all this up for me. And I want to thank you because I think it's been an amazing time talking with you. And then I really want to thank Jason Castell, Irons in Las Vegas, for being an amazing manager. And I would love to thank my Team Barrow from Germany, who is behind my back. And then most of all, I want to thank my husband, PJ, who is in Thailand right now. I haven't seen him for a year, so we are long distance husband and wife. But he has been teaching me so much about many things regarding Muay Thai, not only the skills and the fighting, but also a lot about the culture, how you think, how everything is rooted in this beautiful sport. So, yes.
Well, hopefully all these sanctions can lift, and then you and your husband can reunite and be the
Yes,
tag team of Muay Thai, or
yes,
the
yes.
king and queen of Muay Thai. Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
I like the sound of that.
Absolutely.
Well, Eva, I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I know you're a busy lady, for doing this. I've learned a lot. I've enjoyed this thoroughly, and definitely, when your information on your next fight get there, I would love to help you talk it up, and
Yes, I
help
would
you in
love
any
to.
way I can, talk it up, have a few minutes, we talk about it, and then we build it up. Yeah,
That's
build up the fight.
amazing.
Okay,
And
and
then hopefully I will see you in the United States.
Okay, okay, there it is in the United
When
States.
I'm coming at some point. So
If she
yeah,
fights in the United States, we we,
yeah,
we gotta go. I gotta go. I
you
gotta
gotta
go.
go. You gotta go.
Yes,
Meet you in person.
I
So
will be there. Okay, and
thank
then
you.
and just you can email me all your info about the